All right, and again, in that special package that came from Hasbro, More Than Meets the Eye, it's a 35th anniversary pack, came with several store exclusives, some bots from Amazon, some Cyberverse figures from Target, and of course, the classic animation Optimus and Megatron from the Walmart 35th anniversary line, which are really cool, really neat. We did Optimus. Here is Megatron. His tank, you can see right off the bat, is more of a lighter gray. The black on his legs is more of a very dark gray versus black. And you can see some of the, instead of the battle damage, some of the animated cell shading type paint job here on him. He's not super different from physically. He's not any different physically from the original Megatron. There he is hiding there in his chest. Again, you can see more of the cell shading on his chest. But I will note that that neck panel, that head panel that his head sits on, is much nicer on this one versus my original Siege, which likes to droop a little bit. I will say, like, these heel pieces here, like, they're a little problematic. They really, the first couple times I did them, they really did not want to fold up properly, and when they did, they like to pop off. He's much tighter. Like the turret, now it turns smoothly, but I don't know if it's just because of the extra paint, if there's an extra layer of paint that's jamming him up, but like everything was much tighter all around on this one when I first opened it versus the previous version. So to transform him, we just pop his cannon off. You can see there's some cell shading there along this cannon as well. And we'll fold although the blades themselves, they're a lighter gray, but they're not, there's no detailing painted on those. And now with that off, we'll go ahead and untab the legs here from the side here. There's like, and those also, you can hear those snap off. They didn't do that on my original one. But open up these panels, flip out the thighs here, and bring them down and around like that. And then fold that panel back up. And again, rotate these panels up and around, bring them down properly. Oh, no, I guess that way, okay. That, and then fold that panel back up, flip out these little back half of the feet, like that. And there's his lower half done. We'll go ahead and turn him around. And you can see him starting to come together here. Just like before. Why your legs are like two different lengths? What's going on here? That is, oh, because your heel piece is not. See right there, there was like just a little tightness there on the heel. There we go. We'll come up here, we'll open up these, open up this panel, open up the arms here, the turret, get those out of the way. Lift this whole panel up, fold this up into here. The panels up here are now white instead of black. Wait, I don't want that flat. I'm going to fold these in. Fold those in like that. Like I said, on the original, these were black with some silver paint. And then there's a couple tabs here. This all tabs together as the backpack. Fold his arms out around to the side. Fold the backpack down and into place. Snap the arms in place, lift his head up. Again, that panel sits, when it starts getting into the chest, sits very securely. There's like some friction there that's helping it. Open up flip the cannon around, fold these panels back to give him his little gun trigger, not the trigger, the hammer detailing that he had on his gun mode. And there is Megatron. Still got the ankle tilt. He's got all the same posability as the previous version, but a lot more cell shading. He does still have the sword. And just a quick turnaround on, like you said, you can see the bright backpack versus the dark backpack, which will show off again in a minute. You see the ball thrown on his head there. But like, I love his head deco, like just a really poppin' figure. I like it. Here he is with, again, I've cleaned up the battle damage, put a repo label on him, but see a darker gray on the original. I think the cell shading looks great. Like, these two look great together. him and Optimus together. I mean, but you see the difference. You can see what I'm talking about with these tank treads here. And if you turn him around, you can see he's much lighter along the back than the original version was. So yeah, another nice addition to the box that Hasbro sent, which it was just a surprise. And like I said, Optimus and Megatron, and I'm going to here we'll put them together side by side so you can get a good look at them in their animation decos. They look fantastic on a shelf, and like I said, I've been eyeballing them at Walmart for a couple of weeks now when they put it on display, and every few days I'll pop into Walmart for something and I'll look and I was debating, like literally the day before this box showed up, I was debating. I'm like, you know what, today's the day. I'm just gonna get them. And then I didn't make it to Walmart because I had something else going on. And then the next day this box showed up and I'm like, all right then, well I guess I saved some money. But just fantastic figures. Again, thank you Hasbro. These two are the highlight of the box for me. There's some neat stuff in that box, but these two just made that box because they look fantastic. These are gonna go. I'm gonna find a place to display these guys somewhere prominent because they just. I dig the Siege figures. I loved my originals, but these guys just really look fantastic. So there it is, classic animation Siege Voyager Megatron.